Happy spring, everyone. Come and make onion soup with me because where I live in the Northeast, it's still freezing cold. Here I have yellow onion, red onion, I have some jalapeno peppers, some celery, some bella mushrooms, some garlic, and some baby spinach. And we're going to start by cutting into the onion. I like mine sliced thin, but you can cut it any way you want because this is your recipe too, okay? All right. And just remember to turn on the fan and open the door because these fumes in my eyes, they do not go together. Much better. All right, so I'm gonna finish cutting my onions, and after I cut my vegetables, I will be setting them aside because I have something a little additional for our soup recipe today. So stay tuned. So here I am cutting my jalapeno pepper. Just keep in mind that these seeds do hold spice, and so you might want to wash your hands because if you touch a part of your body that you don't want to come in contact with fire, my God. But the soap that I'm using is a part of my Big Pig by Farm Flint Health and Beauty line, but stay tuned for that. So with the garlic cloves, you can choose as many as you want. I'm obsessive when it comes down to garlic because I love the flavor. But I use six. You can use less or more. Totally up to you. This celery was going to die in my fridge, so I was like, this would be perfect to add to the soup. Does add flavor. But again, feel free to chop things up the way you like. I like my mushrooms kind of thin. I didn't mind my celery being thicker and chunkier, so that's cool. And then I had this red pepper that thought she was gonna get away in that refrigerator. I'm like, girl, stop playing. And don't forget, you can save your seeds to your vegetables if you want to plant them during the spring season. I just sit it out to dry and then I place it in a bag until I'm ready to plant them. It's a good idea. All right, so I'm going to finish cutting up this red pepper and I'm going to put all my vegetables away. And then we're going to get started on what I like to call a soup cracker. Now, this is not like your soup crackers that you throw into your soup and it gets to be like a dumpling or whatever. I'm not into dumplings. So this is more like a tortilla that you are going to thinly roll out and place on a skillet to get just a little toasted, and you can add like all kinds of toppings and stuff. Now this recipe that I'm using, you can use any tortilla recipe. That's what I'm using here, and I just add little things like milled flaxseed, chia seed, nutritional yeast, and mushroom powder. And then I just knead it a little bit, and I go ahead and place it in plastic and place it in a refrigerator for up to 20 minutes or longer, but just at least like 15-20 minutes. So these are the seasonings that I'm using. I have salt, pepper, and ginger. I have some sesame oil here, some avocado oil, and then I have some liquid amino acids that I'll be adding to this recipe, and also some apple cider vinegar. Now, when you're adding in your vegetables, it's best to add in the ones that are going to take the longest to cook first. So you see me add the peppers and the celery first, and then the onions, then the mushrooms and the garlic, and last the spinach. In this process, nothing gets burnt or nothing gets overcooked. And look how colorful and beautiful that is. So just adding in my salt, pepper, and ginger, and it looks so good. Tell me that doesn't look good. It's so beautiful. So here I'm adding coconut amino acids and Bragg's liquid amino acids made with soy. The coconut amino acids are a little bit sweeter, where the soy aminos are saltier. And then I just added some apple cider vinegar with the mother, probiotic, and gives you that nice tangy flavor. Next, I just drizzled in some sriracha, make it a little bit more spicier because who doesn't like more spice? But if you don't add it. Again, it's your recipe too. And look how sexy that looks. Oh my God. I cannot wait. But it's a process, so we're going to keep on going. We're going to take a test here, a little taste test. Needed a little bit more salt, and I tasted it again, and it was perfect. So we're just going to cover up that and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. And look at that. It still looks beautiful. Look at it. So here we're going to add in some Jamaican sea moss gel. This is going to give more body to the soup, but it's also going to add a ton of nutrition. Do your research on sea moss. It is an excellent supplement. And we're just going to put in some frozen wild shrimp and let that simmer in with the soup just for a little bit while we make our soup cracker. So we're just going to flour our surface. We're just going to take a little cut. And then you have some dough left over to make whatever you want. You can make like little sandwich wraps with the rest of that dough. Okay. So I'm just going to roll this out really thin with my heavy duty. This is the heaviest rolling pin I have ever come across in my life, and I love it. So we're going to roll it out really, really thin. And this will help in like rolling it, and you'll see when I put my toppings on. So we're just going to lubricate the griddle and then add our thin piece of dough there. So it's like a little flatbread. You're going to toast it nice on both sides before adding your toppings. I'm placing some cream cheese on top, and the heat from the griddle is going to help this cream cheese be able to spread. Um, but you can also like leave your cream cheese out to soften if you want. So I just added some green onion, and then you just roll it and you cut it in half. It doesn't have to look super fancy, because this is just all, to dip in your delicious onion soup or any soup you make. All right, and there it is, you guys. It looks so good, and it's so cold outside. This is so perfect for this season that's supposed to be warm, but it's not. But any like winter season or chilly outside, you can just make you some onion soup and it's perfect. Enjoy.